All right, guys, today we're going to talk about one specific standard, and it's something that's very easy, but I think it's confusing the way they word it sometimes, so it confuses students, and I don't want any of my students to get confused over something that should be fairly simple. So we're going to look at this standard, explain why the x-coordinates of the points where the graphs of the equations y equals f of x and y equals g of x intersect are the solutions of the equation f of x equals g of x. Find the approximate solutions using technology. All right, so let's look at an example problem. So you may have a problem that says, what are the solutions of f of x equals g of x given these two equations? All right, so if we look at this, hopefully we've looked at enough equations now that you know that this one is an absolute value equation, so it is a V-shaped graph. This one is x squared, so that means this one is a quadratic, so it's going to have a U-shaped graph. So what are the solutions of f of x equals g of x? Okay, and what do the x coordinates mean? So let's look at what these look like. All right, so if we go to the graph, and I just went to Desmos here and I typed these in, so I've got my two equations typed in, and this is what it looks like. So it's asking us, why are the x's solutions, and what would the two solutions be? All right, so you can see that the red line and the green line intersect in two spots. The first spot is -1 and 0. Okay, so that is one of the solutions. F of x equals g of x at that point. Those two equations share that point. All right, and the other point is at 1.5 and 1.25. Again, the red line and the green line intersect at that point, which means if you type in 1.5 in for this equation, you should get 1.25. And if you enter 1.5 in g of x, you also should get an output of 1.25. So anytime it's asking you for what are the solutions or what are the x coordinates, it's just asking you where do they equal each other. And it says find approximate solutions using technology. So the easiest thing to do is type these in like I have done. When you graph them, then you can see the intersection points, and all you have to do is write down the intersection points, or you would, if it's multiple choice, choose the one that it is. If it only wants the x coordinates, then your x coordinates would be -1 and 1.5. If it wants the ordered pair, then it wants the x and the y that satisfies f of x equals g of x. All right, here's another example. We have another square root. This time the square root is negative, so it's upside down. And we have the equation of a circle. So we will be studying circles this year. And you'll learn that this is x squared plus y squared equals radius squared is the equation of a circle. So I've got a little slider on here. We can change the radius to different things. But right now we're talking about when f of x equals g of x, okay? All right, so if I'm looking for the solution set here, I'm going to look for the point of intersection. So again, if I try to find out where the green line and the red line intersect, where my absolute value and my circle intersect, where does these two equations equal each other? One point is at -2.4. All right, so that's my x. If it wants the ordered pair, then you would give both. Another point where these two intersect is at 3, 0. So your 2 points or your two solutions would be 3 and -2.4. All right, here's two more equations. Here's an x squared, a quadratic, and a radical equation. So f of x equals g of x. My 2 points of intersection, or my two x's, would be -1 and 1.353. So if you want to find the solution of f equals g, all you have to do is find the points where the two graphs intersect.